What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is the recaps for Wales taking on France as well as Scotland versus Italy. Now this weekend was an absolutely humdinger of a weekend. We witnessed some comeback miracles. We witnessed a strong performance from one team, but then a good heartily fight back in the second half, and that is Italy versus Scotland. And then obviously to end off this incredible weekend, we watched a strong, brilliant performance from the English taking on the Irish, where England beat Ireland this weekend. Truly remarkable. What a way to kick off the Six Nations. Totally confused us in certain ways with the results. Are the French back? But then Wales come back. Then we see Scotland completely dominate the Italians, but then two tries at the end, they showed a lot of heart and character from the Italians, which I was quite impressed about. And then obviously Ireland versus England, unbelievable game from the English. Ireland have a lot of homework to do, but let's kick off with the game that took place yesterday. Italy taking on the Scots in Scotland. Truly remarkable game. Good performance from Scotland. They showed a lot of character, a lot of depth, a lot of strength. I mean, a hat-trick in a game is always something special. Laidlaw was true class. Finn Russell was brilliant. I thought he had a stunner of a game. His cross kicks were remarkable. That is something I enjoy. When a cross kick goes on to a try and then you see something special like that, I think that is unbelievable to watch and witness, and it truly was a remarkable win for the Scots. But the question I do have is, Scotland seemed to sit back and relax a bit too soon and allowed the Italians to come back and score those two tries. Now I'm not saying the Italians could have had a chance of winning, and I didn't see that happening, but you can't let teams sit back, or you can't sit back and allow the weak opposition an opportunity to come back, because if the Italians had maybe another 8 more minutes, they could have done the same thing twice and gotten another 2 tries, and then it would have stolen a victory, or at least gotten close for a draw, or whatever it may be. It opened up too many opportunities for me, and I think Townsend needs to work on that going forward. Scotland played well and they dominated. They scored quality tries. Defence was impressive as well. I loved the movement that they played on the attacking style. So from that point of view, I was very impressed, and it's a good win. It was a bonus point win for Scotland, and they are obviously on top of the log, but they need to think about those last minutes, because yes, again, you might say, Gareth, it's only Italy, don't have to worry about that. But next week you've got Ireland, and you've got a hurt Ireland. The Irish team will be wounded a bit, so they're going to come back and want to bounce back with revenge. Now you can't sit back against Ireland. You've got to capitalise. You've got to be strong. You've got to play an 85-minute game. Otherwise, things can happen and you can lose at the end there. So if Scotland really want to be competitive for Ireland, I want to see a full-on game. Again, a brilliant victory for the Scots. Great to see those tries being scored and the bonus point being given to them. But I just want to see a bit more from them. Work on the mistakes, capitalise on the improvements, so that when we get to the stage of Ireland and the other games, they're ready. This was the game they should have won, and they did win, and they won well. But I want to see just a bit more from them going into the next test match, because it's going to be important. If Scotland want a chance at thinking about getting to where they were last year, or even better, they need to capitalise. Because this year, England's totally different, and it's not like last year. We saw France really start off strong, end off badly, but so they need to be alert. They need to be ready for what's coming out, because every team in the Six Nations this year for me is on pure gold and are on striking distance. They're going to want to prove a point, so it's going to be important for them to really sit down and concentrate and capitalise on mistakes. But other than that, fantastic victory for the Scots. Very tough for them. I thought it was brilliant, but also credit to Italy for the heart that they showed in that game, for giving it their absolute all, for scoring great tries where they could. And if they capitalised a bit more on opportunities, I reckon they could have given them a bigger headache. But other than that, great result for Scotland. 33 to 20 points, but again, good comeback from the Italians. Blair Kinghorn scoring the hat-trick. Unbelievable stuff. 12th minute, 21st minute and 54th minute. Truly remarkable for him. Stuart Hogg I mean, Hoggy is just a genius on his own. It's for the 47th minute, and then Chris Harris in the 62nd minute. But for me, the try was that cross kick from Finn Russell to Blair, which was truly remarkable and great effort from them. Finn Russell obviously he got the 63rd minute kick over, and then Laidlaw kicking over. That little Okie is brilliant. I love watching Laidlaw play. He's a true ambassador of Scottish rugby, and as he said at the end of the game, there's a lot to work on, and they're going to need to focus on getting these things right. Eduardo scored a try. Angelo scored a try. Palazzani scored a try for the Italians. So 3 tries from the Italians. 71st, 75th and 78. That's 3 tries in 10 minutes. See what I mean? If they maybe had another 8-10 minutes and they were on that fire, anything could have happened. The Italians were fighting back at the end. And I think for Italy's sake, going forward, they need to, that burning fire that they had at the end there, they need to try and work on and hold on, because O'Shea and Mike Cat are doing a great job with that, and it was good to see an improvement from the Italians. So hard luck, but well done. And then Allen getting over some points. So brilliant stuff from Scotland, but also strong effort from Italy. If you look at some stats here, meters run, this is interesting. 454 meters run from Scotland, 427 from Italy. Very close in there. Brilliant. That's actually brilliant. And now, once again, if you watch the Irish video that I did, I was talking about possession and territories. Normally when another team has the higher percentage, you'd think they'd win. But not this case. Look at this. Attacking possession, 54% to Italy, 46 to Scotland. That's pretty impressive from the Italians. Okay, territory is 53 to 47, but close from this, which is quite impressive. First half, territory 70% to Scotland, so clear dominant forces. But then comes second half, it was 60%. So amazing fight back from the Italians, showing a lot of heart and character. 57 in the first half for Scotland, and 64 for the Italians. So the second half was definitely the half for the Italians. So if they want to come back firing up, they need to play like they played in that second half. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. 86% tackling rate, and 84 to Italy. So that's a bit low, but it's not too bad. 11 penalties Scotland gave away. So discipline they need to work on going forward. You can't cause trouble like that, because, as I said, the Irish are hurting. We're playing them next. They need to be ready for that. So discipline is a factor to work on. But other than that, an absolutely cracking game. And I was truly impressed with what I saw from Scotland, especially this try scoring. And I was truly impressed with the Italians. Just the heart that they showed. Yes, it wasn't a pretty victory, pretty loss, but still it was a strong effort, and I think the Italians could be extremely proud of themselves. But Scotland, well done boys, good win for them there, and hopefully they can continue this. And remember, you're top of the log now, so well done on that. Great victory for Scotland. Now we get to the next game, Wales versus France. First of all, credit to the French for the strong effort they put in the start. Yes, Wayne Barnes, referee, might have not been too hot, so I know I'm getting a lot of comments about that, but I'm not going to whine on the refereeing. I'm going to talk about the game. What was it, 16-0 first half, and then the Welsh pick up a remarkable comeback, and then that intercept try. I mean, that's rugby. That's just rugby at its best. Truly incredible stuff from both teams, really, because if you look on Twitter, from like Driving Mall and 2 Cents Rugby, a lot was saying, oh, the French good again, but then Wales come back, and that was truly remarkable. I think we were all quite shocked when we saw that first half from the French dominating. Myself going into it, I predicted a Welsh victory, but I didn't predict a first half score of that. So well done to the French. Showed a lot of character, showed a lot of credit. Give a lot of credit for those things, but they just couldn't hold it out. And I don't know if you remember in the predictions video for this game, I said the first half the French were strong against the All Blacks, but then they died down at the end in the second half. Seemed to be the case here as well. Yes, they had a bit more fire in them, but they let it go at the end, and those are the keys. If you between winning a championship and losing a championship at the end. You've got to be alert at the end, because teams can come back, like we saw with Wales, like we saw even with Italy. Yes, they lost, but it's that comeback, and that comeback can really change a game and be the decider for the opposition. So for me, it's important for Wales to take that as a very good confidence boost for them going forward. But also the French need to take that into their next game, which I think is England, and realise, okay, we need to play an 80-minute game, and not this whole first half we're amazing, second half we're slacking a bit. Because what did we see against England and Ireland? We saw an absolutely cracking game from the English, who were on top from start to finish. They capitalised on mistakes, they grew on opportunities, and they took them with a bang. And I thought that was very impressive from the English. So for the French, they need to do the same. Next week is going to be a tough game for them, and I want to see a bit more from the French going forward. They need to play a full 80-minute game. But overall, I mean, the Welsh were brilliant in all aspects for that comeback. It was a remarkable comeback, and they stunned not only the fans, they stunned the French, they stunned the public of rugby. It was a brilliant thing. To fight back from 16-0 down is truly remarkable. I mean, Wales looked very lost at one stage. It's like, what the hell is going on? So credit to Jones for keeping his team calm and getting them back to the right stage of playing the sport. Credit to Gatlin. That halftime talk must have been a proper talk to get them straight. And I mean, it was a compelling game, which is brilliant. And this is the 10th win in a row for Wales. So I mean, credit to the Welsh for that amazing result. And I think going forward, this will be a massive confidence booster for them against Italy, because they're going to want to get a good bonus point victory against the Italians next week in Rome. And they're going to want to prove their critics right, or some will be in favour, which they were, but some will be questioning, hey, why did they start off so poorly? Is this going to happen again? Or will they be able to be contenders? Now, normally in the stats point of view, and this is my favourite part, because this always makes me so curious, because generally you think a team that dominates the attacking side, so your territory and your possession, would be the team on the winning side. Not in this case, and obviously not in the case of the previous game. It was one won the possession, one won the territory. And when I say previous, I talk England and Ireland. Now for this game, the French dominated the territory and possession throughout the game, first half and second half, and which is amazing for me, because you'd think that they would be the winners. Yes, the game was close, which you kind of expect to see, but then you think the territory and the possession would be a little bit closer, which again, it always gets me. But it's absolutely fascinating to see when you read games and witness games like this. Because sometimes it's just you think it the other way around. 57% to the Welsh, sorry, to the French, versus 43%. Now that's not too bad, but in the first half, I think it was like 70%. So it was a good fight back from the Welsh in that aspect too. When one would have thought it would be dominant. Sorry, 70% of the territory was to the French, and then 63% of the possession in the first half. And then it dropped to 54 and 58. So it's just amazing how those results can be different. But I mean, territory throughout the game, of a summary of 63%, 37 to the Welsh. Now that's not very high. So it's something that they'll need to work on going forward, is the attacking side of the game. But from a defence point of view, it's not too bad. Tackles made, interesting here, is 103, 89 of those successful for the French. But then on the Wales side, 188 tackles made, and then 167 of those successful. So not bad statistics from an average point of view. 89% for the Welsh, and that's something that they can be very proud of with the defence side, because it's something that they're going to need going forward against the Welsh, going against the French and the Irish and the Scottish, because it's going to be tough games. So they're going to need to work on that and make it stronger. But overall, not taking anything away from them, amazing comeback. But here is where the question gets to me, is 10 penalties were given away from the Welsh and only 5 to the French. So discipline is something that they're going to have to work on going forward. They're going to need to be better disciplined, because a kicker like Owen Farrell or Johnny Sexton or Laidlaw, if they can capitalise on their kicks, then that's going to change the game a bit and give the other team an advantage. And the percentage for the kicking for the French was absolutely shocking. I mean, I think it was like 46%, which isn't good. Yeah, 43%, even worse. 67% for the Welsh, so yes, they missed a few too. But if the French had kicked all their kicks over, we could have seen a different result, maybe. Maybe. But again, taking nothing away from the game of the Welsh. I mean, the try scored George North, the 52nd minute, and then the 72nd minute. That intercept try, which was truly remarkable. So amazing stuff from the Welsh to pick up a comeback. Gareth Asconby getting over some points, as well as Dan Bigger. Camille Lopez, the kicker for the French, he needs to just work on his game a bit, especially going against next week's England. I mean, England are on fire. They're going to need to be better, and going to need to be stronger, because, like I said earlier, it's going to be a tough battle. The English are back. They're going to need to have a strong battle with the French. And if they're wanting to pick up a victory, they need to be more disciplined, especially from a kicking point of view. So, yeah, overall, interesting stats. Pretty much, not even, but from an attacking side, I'd suggest that the Welsh need to work on that going forward, holding on to the ball more, but and then obviously getting a better start. But generally, an amazing performance from the Welsh, an amazing comeback. George North, take a bow. He was brilliant. And again, I'm crediting as well as the leadership quality of the Welsh side, because that's always a key. It's all about how your captain controls the game and controls the team. Now, when you are 16-14 nil down in the in the first half, you're looking lost, you're looking confused, especially when you have so much on you, when the world is saying you're going to win, but then you're so far down. To come back and pick up a victory is truly remarkable, and for that I give the Welsh all the credit in the world. And that's why I dedicated a video to them, because I see a lot of potential from this Welsh side, and I see a lot of heart and passion within. And if they can keep this up, especially that second half, they could definitely go on and win the Six Nations. Now, better than ever, is an opportunity to do it. Everyone was favouriting Ireland. Ireland have just gone and lost to England. If the Welsh can pick up a victory over Ireland and England, the Welsh have done it. They're going to surprise us all. So it's important for them to take that second half. But one thing to note is that all the coaches, Joe, Townsend, Eddie, they will all have watched what the Welsh did wrong and see if they can use that as a weakness card going forward and attack on that. But generally, Warren Gatland is quite an intelligent coach. I think he's going to work on a strategy to help the Welsh start off better and continue to end off well, because that's the key. For me, in this Six Nations, you've got to be able to play a full game and end off extremely well. If you don't end off well, you're going to lose. Plain and simple. French proved my point. You've got to play a full 80-minute game, otherwise you're going to lose, and they lost. The Italians coming back and scoring 3 tries in 10 minutes. Remarkable. If they had more time, maybe we could have seen a shock there. You just never know. And that's why I credit England this weekend, because they stayed solid the whole way through. So well done to England, well done to Wales, well done to Scotland for picking up victories. It was an amazing weekend of Six Nations rugby, and I cannot wait for next week to see what happens, how it all ends up. It's going to be truly epic. So make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It is going to be a remarkable Six Nations tournament, and what a way to start. We got a good wins for the following teams, which was truly amazing, and I'm excited to see what is going to happen this coming weekend. It is going to be awesome. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any future predictions, recaps, and just general Six Nations topics. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification, because there's so much more to come. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe, and I'll see you real soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.